Today we're going to be checking out this Hollow Star pre-lit Christmas tree. This is the 6-foot tall flocked version. So we're going to have that snow look to it. And we're going to do a super quick unboxing here and mainly focus on all the features and setting it up. I have reviewed one of their other trees already and I've been pretty happy with it, especially when it comes to all of the lighting modes. So I will make sure to show you guys all of the lighting modes when it's a little bit darker. All right, so here is what looks like the biggest piece here. And I'm looking for a label. I'm not finding one yet, but I'm gonna assume that's gonna be the base. Next up, we have what I'm gonna assume is the middle section. Then finally, we have the top. We get instructions, we get the power brick, and of course, a base, and it's a little bigger than the last one that I reviewed. And it's kind of cool. They even give you gloves for when you guys set it up. All right, so let's see how fast we can set this up. Shouldn't take too long at all. We're gonna start with the base here and turn it into an X. We're just gonna take one of these bolts out and thread it in just a tiny, just like one turn, enough for it to stay there. Now we're gonna make sure that this is the base. So this is labeled B, so it looks like that might be the middle actually. We're gonna start with the medium-sized section. It seems like they do things a little differently than some of the other trees I've reviewed. We're gonna get that in place and just fold it out. So that looks pretty nice. It looks like we have a bunch of branch tips. Let's go ahead and put this segment on. And don't forget to take off these caps. That would probably help. Once again, just unfold all the pieces. Because it is flocked, they stick together a little bit more, but it's not too bad. And I would suggest wearing some clothes that you don't care too much about because it's gonna be pretty messy here by the time we're done. All right, then finally, we're gonna put the top in, and it is a plastic piece, so be a little bit more careful. And next up, just get all those wires towards the back of the tree. They don't connect segment by segment. Each piece here has its own lead that goes to the power brick, if that makes sense. I'll show you guys that a little bit closer in a moment, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and just record a time lapse of me setting this all up and fluffing it out. All right, so it's basically all fluffed up at this point. I definitely could go around and touch it up some more if I wanted to. And I just went ahead and left the back for the most part just the way it is, just to save us all some time. But for now, let's go ahead and take a closer look at it and then we'll do that lighting test. So let's start at the bottom. You guys could see that it did make quite a mess, but I think it is so worth it. And I'll show you guys the branches close up in a second. But you guys can put all 3 of those bolts in to secure it to the base. I only did one for now since I am going to be taking this down shortly. But we do get rubber tips on all of the legs just to make sure that it's not going to scratch up your floor. And then the branches were really full. And I've reviewed several of these trees so far. And this one, because it's flocked, just adds so much dimension. To me, it just makes all the branches look a little bit more 3-dimensional. And the fact that the lights are even a little bit flocked makes it really blend in. The center pole also is wrapped with garland, so that's a nice touch. You can't see it, it blends in, and all of the bottom 2 sections have hinged branches. And like I was trying to explain earlier, the lights get hooked up individually, so we have one of the wires going here, then it goes up here, and then we have our final section up there. So we probably could do a little bit better job at wire managing if I wanted to. But like I was saying, since I am taking this down shortly, I just left it like that. It's definitely a different design, but it worked out. And then the top section here has a slightly different pin. It is plastic versus metal, so just be a little bit more careful with that. But the top is flocked just as well, and I think overall it looks really nice. Let's go ahead and cut to the lighting test. So I just paired it up to their smart mobile app, but if you guys don't want to use the app, you guys could use a button right down there to control most of the lighting modes, but I believe you're going to get more out of it with the app. So obviously from here, you guys could select the exact color of the lights you want. Pretty simple setting menu here. This is a RGBW Christmas tree, so we do get full range of white. So you guys could have a really orange light or really white. Let's go ahead and turn the brightness up to help us see. So that looks more like a classic Christmas tree, and then this would be a little bit more modern. We have mixed lights, so you guys could do a bunch of blending to get the exact color you want, or use the slider as well. Down here we have some presets. We have a red and green, which looks really fun. We have a red, white, and blue, which is very American. yellow and red, purple and orange, and then full RGB basically, which looks more like a traditional Christmas tree. You guys could make your own gradients as well, but if you guys come here, we have some built-in effects. So let's go ahead and look at some of these. This one kind of stacks, warm afterglow. If we go to festival, we unlock all of the colors. Definitely a lot of fun settings here that you guys could mess around with. This one says Easter, but to me it kind of looks like a candy cane. As you guys can see, there are a ton of different options here. The list just keeps going and going basically. So we have an atmosphere tab here and some more super colorful ones that aren't exactly holiday-like, but they still look like a lot of fun. And the list just keeps going. It's pretty crazy. Let's go to romantic, where we're gonna have more pink and purples. And then lastly, life. And this one has just some other settings. I don't really know how it relates to life, but it looks pretty cool. You guys could also sync this up to music, which would be really fun during the holidays. And then you guys could create a group. As you guys could see, I have multiple of their trees. So you guys could pair these up together and make sure that they're in sync with each other in the light mode. So anyways, it's a pretty sweet tree. It definitely is messy, but like I was saying, I think it's worth it. It's gonna be up to you guys. I personally think the flocking makes the branches look much more full. And anyways, that's it for my super quick review and test of this Hollow Star Christmas tree.